Hello, good morning. I'm out on the salmon trail again. We're all Roman in theme today because we're at Chester's on the North Tyne. So Chester's is a Roman fort, or it was a Roman fort. I don't think it's occupied by any Romans anymore. And the river itself is in a beautiful setting, and I really am happy to be here. So there's been a Kielder release. It was turned off yesterday. So there is a chance that there might be a few fish in here. On my own fishing adventures over the last week or so, I've been fishing the tidal section below Wylam. And with the high tide I have seen fish coming in, plenty of fish and plenty of nice fish, but it's just about trying to narrow down where those fish are going to be and their movements. And with it being so dry, they're not hanging around like this. There's been fish caught right up at Bellingham. If they're getting the chance to run, they're running. Now I'm hoping that because of the Kielder water they'll have run this far, and it was turned off last night, and I'm hoping that they might have settled into some of these pools here, and then I might have a chance of a fish. It's been a dry, barren spring, and in my campaign of spring fishing so far, well, I've got to admit defeat. So I basically really wanted to get a Tyne Springer, and it's now the 20th of June, so I can't really claim a Tyne Springer anymore if I catch one today. Operation Springer has been a failure, but I'm going to keep on going and let's just see if we can catch a Tyne salmon. Alright, so I'm slow to get started because I was just watching the river. So next to where I'm parked is the end of the boat pool, and it's a very big, deep, relatively deep section of water. And there was a nice, I think it was a salmon. It was a nice salmon jump a couple of times. It was just nice to sit and watch it. Alright, so I have been warned in advance about the wading. I think the problem is I'm going to be wading in amongst a load of Roman ruins. I am equipped with my stick for once, and I think I'm probably going to need it today. Let's stick around. I think I've got an intermediate tip on, a 10-foot intermediate tip, and then I'll certainly have 5 or 6 feet of 12-pound mono. And sort of like a cascadey type thing. I've got it hooked up. So I don't know, I don't think it's very deep. So I might not need a heavier fly, we'll see how it goes. This thing just jumped out at me this morning when I was in the van. It certainly does feel very Roman around here. I accidentally took a missed turn on the way in and sort of gave myself an inadvertent tour of the house, and it's rather lovely, like, I must admit. And it's got like some nice topiary in the grounds, and a few obviously like genuine Roman artifacts like vases and like busts and stuff like that on pedestals, and it's so cool. Like, I mean, that must be amazing to live amongst that stuff. But yeah, the chances are I might be like wading over some sort of remains. I know when I was further up the North Tyne, I found, oh actually no it wasn't, it was the River Reed. I found some like carved stones that looked like pillars to a doorway or something, and they were definitely of Roman origin. I'm fishing that bit there very carefully because I was told that's the hot spot. I didn't really want to wade as close to it as I am, but I think I'm pretty well covered. There's like a rocky drop off, and any fish will be underneath that, and I should be below the sight line, I think. Tell you what, it really is an adventure. You go to raise your foot over the rock and you think you're over the top, but it just goes higher and higher and higher. It might be time for a bun. I haven't had any breakfast yet, so I'm almost ashamed to admit that I called into Greg's when I was on the way here and got some iced buns. Well, I enjoyed fishing that. So there's rain forecast today, and I think it might be on the way. But I mean, I'm going to get wet, but it's unlikely to raise the level of the river very much. I don't think there's that much coming. But at least it means that there's no blue sky. For the last 2 weeks we've had nothing but bright sun and blue skies. Go on, off you go. Faster, Carl. So the rain that was forecasted has arrived. It's pretty heavy. It's like a very, very heavy, steady drizzle. And it seems set fair this way in all directions for a little while. So I'm just going to give it 5 minutes just to see if the intensity of it edges off before I go and tackle the water. I am going to get wet today, there's no doubt about it, because I think it's forecast like this all day. But I think I'm just going to delay the inevitable for 5 minutes and have a coffee. I'm on black coffee because I've got no milk, but what it really needs is a slug of whiskey. But unfortunately all I'm carrying on board at the moment is like peat smoke whiskey, and it doesn't work in the coffee. I'm going to have to start carrying a bottle of Kahlua for just this sort of emergency. It's covered in pure sugar to mask the fact that it's like quite a dry, pasty bun. Wow. I can feel the diabetes starting already. Alright, I think it's time to take up arms. The rain has definitely eased off. I think I can handle this. And it looks a little bit brighter in the sky behind it. I think I'm going to have to get used to rain showers though all day long. But hey ho, we can cope with that. So, I think it's probably worth a cast in the tail of this pool here. And then I'll pick my way down those rocks. Did he say avoid that? I think he said avoid the one in the middle. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. It looks nice, it's a tasty looking bit of water. There's some form of a path. I think it's one of them where you just have to drop. Jesus Christ. So my normal technique of wading is just creep along as I'm retrieving and casting in between. I'm sort of constantly on the move. And I don't know if it's the right policy or the wrong policy, but it's the one that I've found myself accustomed to. And in places like this, it's an issue. I need to stop myself. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That was a cracking fish. That was really nice. Lovely to see it so close as well. Just as I turn the camera off there's another big salmon. Just jumped maybe 100 yards downstream. There it is again, look. Oh God, it's lovely to see. This water's deeper than I expected. There's more flow down here as well, so I'm looking forward to fishing this next section. And I'll smash it right over to the other side. Come on, Salmon. Let's have one in the rain. Oh look, there's a salmon just heading tail just behind my fly. Come on, get down there and follow it. Yes, get in, get in, get in, you. I think it might be a sea trout because it's sort of small. It's just a brownie. Another fish moved behind it that I think was a sea trout. I see it, just a brownie. You're a lovely fish. Oh, there we are, mate. Oh, I tell you what, I thought I was into a fish there, but there we go, bud. On your way. On your way. Oh. Alright, it does feel fishy. And I thought that was my first fish. And I do like it when the trout take the fly that I'm using, even if I'm fishing for salmon. Because for some reason I just feel like that must suggest that the fly it suits the conditions. Thought I had my first sea trout there. I was getting extremely excited. It's probably a good job I've got that out of the way, because it's been so long since I've touched what I felt is a decent fish that I got a bit carried away. Maybe the brown trout taking the fly was a trigger for the bigger fish behind to just change its position. Just got to let it go right behind the rocks again and strip it back. So I reckon there's another fish there. There, look, under the trees, down maybe it's 50 yards below, there's a fish just heading tailed. I'm going to have to set off downstream a bit though, but these rocks are going to be a bit of an issue. Oh, it's a beautiful setting though. Look at that, look at the stones, they look great. Oh, I do love rivers. And I do love salmon, so come on. Spirit of the salmon, show thy hand. Can we get rid of those? Yes, we can. Feels like the rain might have just turned things on a bit. Oh, there's another lovely salmon. Oh, I love salmon. I want to catch a bastard salmon. Come on. You know what it is? I think my the old fire from last year has been reignited. Yes, spring has been somewhat of a damp squib, but you know what? I've had a lot of casting practice, if nothing else. There's something taken under the trees that I think's a sea trout. Or something just shown itself consistently in the same spot, and it's silver, so it's got to be a sea trout. That's the other bank, so come on, that covers that fish. Another big salmon downstream. Oh god, it's almost torture when you can see them. You know, when you can't see them, it just becomes chasing unicorns. It really is. It's just like a pipe dream. But now that the summer's rolled around and you know there's just more action going on in the rivers, it's like a different thing. It's completely different form of mindset that you're in when you're fishing. It's far less speculative, but at the same time I'm finding it really frustrating. Like, I'm damn due a fish It's a cracking setting, this. I absolutely love it. I think I can understand why it's such a popular place to fish. I would love that to be a fish, but I suspect it's the bottom. There we go. It's just a rock. Oh, don't know whether it's the extra strong coffee or the smell of a fish in the air, but something's got me turned on. Maybe I'm the same as the salmon. Something's got them turned on as well. And I've seen a good number of good fish. And Christ, I'd love to hook one. It could be problematic, like if I do hook a fish. It's definitely going to be an adventure. I bet there's quite a few fishermen falling flat on their faces here in the past. Yes, yes, I think it's a trout. It's a trout. Little bugger. I tell you what, I would just like a fucking pull, because it's been so long since I actually had a pull on the fly that I'm starting to doubt myself. I must be a better fisherman than I was last year. So whether it was just pure, I was just dead jammy last year and I had pure blind beginner's luck, which I'm sure I did. But the fact that I haven't even had a single pull, I mean, I'm a way better caster than I was last year, that's for sure. And I feel like I can read the water better. Whatever, we need to stop it. Salmon fishing, it's a psychological minefield. One fish would change it all. There's got to be salmon milling around there. There's got to be. That's nice. Come on. That's a nice cast. Let's have one now. Come on, come on. Right, salmon time. Wish me luck. Well, the rain's coming down with a vengeance now, but I'm going to keep on trooping on. I can't believe I haven't had a pull, honestly. I feel like I've covered the water well, and I feel like the fish should be in... I mean, they certainly seem active. I saw plenty of fish this morning. In fact, I've seen fish in every pool bar one so far, which is, you know, what more can you ask for? And they're all bars of silver as well. It's very frustrating. This is the last pool I can fish, and I've just seen an absolute waxer of a salmon come out there. Okay, so I'm back. I've done the bottom of the beat, and it's 5 o'clock now, and I've got to be off the bottom of the beat by 5 o'clock. So I'm happy with that, because I've given it a good fish down there in that last pool. And I only saw the one fish in there. So for the rest of the day, I'm going to sort of concentrate on what I've already done, but probably from the other bank. So first though, we're going to just fish this boat pool just one more time from here while I've got Carla, so she can have a bit of fresh air. And then I'm going to take the boat across and fish the two really nice pools that I fished from this bank this morning, and then I'll come back up here and fish this last from the other bank. I hope at dusk they might get on the take a bit, but there's plenty of fish here, and I feel like I'm covering them. This is what's really annoying, but just nobody wants to take. I just can't work out what fly will do the job. I'm considering even getting the sunny shadow out later on, just because I just haven't had a pull. This is what I don't understand. I thought I were getting at least an inquiry. I mean, I've had a couple of trout, but the salmon that are here, I thought, like, the way I understand it, these salmon will have run. There's another nice trout over there. These salmon will have run on the Kielder water, and then when it was shut off, they settled into these pools last night. So today, I mean, there's a good chance they should be. They're in the pool, and they have been really showy. So they've not looked like running fish at all. They've looked like fish that have like settled in, and they're just like acclimatizing themselves to being in the pool. That's the fly, look. I don't know what it is, I have no idea. Right, anyway, let's see if we can settle in, fish the pool properly, and just hope there's a fish around that's in a mood. Don't think it's a question of them not seeing it. And I've tried bright flies as well. I just don't know what it is. I'm sure at some point over today I've put my fly across a fish's nose, and for whatever reason I've had no inquiries at all. I've loved some of these pools. I'm definitely coming back to fish here. Like, it's absolutely top notch. And the fact that I've seen fish in every single pool bar one, even in the pool that I was told to miss out, which is not even really a pool. Come on, fishies, please, 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 please. Oh, River Tyne, give me a fish. Please give me a fish. I really need a fish. If I don't get a fish, I'm going to lose my marbles. I think Carla likes this pool. It's got a nice bank for it, and there are certain types of grasses that she enjoys more than others. She's a big fan of that chickweed stuff, the sticky stuff. To her, that's lettuce. Feels like it's been forever since I've had a salmon on. And it's just making me question the fact that I'm seeing fish and not getting a touch is more than ever is making me question my methods. So we're going to go for a little boat ride across the river. Quite nice. There's some venerable old beech trees here. So the light's starting to go. It's probably pushing 10 o'clock now. There was a flurry of activity before with a lot of fish moving around it, and I think what I'm doing, I'm knocking them off the lies. As I'm covering them, I'm like literally disturbing them, and they're just not taking the fly. I don't want to make excuses, and it's really impossible to try and understand the mind of a salmon. But here's what I think's gone on. So yesterday they turned the keeled release off at 12 o'clock lunchtime, and after that the level dramatically dropped. And then at that point, any fish that were moving in the system would have stopped and found their pools and settled into them. And probably last night would have been the window of opportunity when they would take. Oh, come on, let's have a miracle. The last knockings. I mean, I thought the sea trout might be switched on, especially now it's getting night time. But I don't know, I think it's just There is also the possibility that the fish are having such a hard time to get here because they've had no water for so long. The lower end of the river is absolutely stuffed with seals, and the fish that are being caught, a lot of them have got seal marks on them. So whether it's just getting more and more stressful, the journey itself, and maybe they're just less inclined to look at flies. I don't know, saying that, other people are probably catching them, and there's probably catches reported all over the place today. I hope it's not a case of being in the right place at just the wrong time. Come on, give us a bit of redemption, man. Throw me a bone. I mean, it would kill me if I got a pull and I didn't convert it into a fish, but you know what it is? I would take that over nothing. I would take that over a completely untouched day. At least I'd have some sort of feedback as to what I'm doing, because I really am questioning my methods. I'm questioning the entire folly of fishing for these bloody things. Some people have just got the knack for catching these. I haven't got it. I'm trying to have it. God knows I'm trying my best, but I don't know. What a foe is the salmon. It's too much for me. I'm no match for it. Can't understand the fickle nature of the bloody bastards. I think I'm hexed. It's got to be something like that. Somebody's put a curse on me. Somebody out there that's got a grudge against me has clearly hexed me. They'll be sitting there with a little gingerbread man and they'll be poking pins into it. So I'm just ripping a gurgler back across the surface as a last throw of the dice, and I've just had a really nice brownie. It was at least £1.5 pounds, nudging £2. Typically the camera didn't turn on, but I don't know if you would have seen it anyway. I think it's probably about 11:30, so it's been another day of abject failure. When am I going to catch a salmon? When am I going to catch a salmon?